Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SmackDown. We are here in Utah. We are being graced with the Messiah of Wrestling, as he calls himself, Tone Bone. I don't know what the hell he's going to save us from, but he is here in this arena. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SmackDown, the Legend Series. Members only storyline content. We appreciate you so much for joining us. We got a hell of a card coming at you tonight. Tone Bone will be in the main event. And I don't know what the hell he's doing here right now, opening up the show. As you know, engaged in some kind of heated rivalry with Stone Cold Steve Austin. As of late, hasn't been his biggest fan of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Literally every chance he has gotten has stuck it to Tone Bone. But Tone Bone now with an opportunity of a lifetime here, trying to stick it to Steve Austin, but I don't know what the hell he's doing out here. My guess is as good as yours, everybody. But he is out here right now. Stone Cold Steve Austin not scheduled to be here tonight. I heard he was working on an apology letter for that lady that he almost killed at WrestleMania. But now, wait a minute, Tone Bone going to grab a microphone after throwing his jacket at an audience member.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, enough is enough. I know you're here. They say you're not, but I know you're here. Get your ass out here. We have some things we need to say. You have been a thorn in my side for far too long. I am done with it, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Finally, once and for all, we will settle it here tonight on SmackDown in front of all the Mongoloids here in Utah. You people are pathetic, you make me sick, and the fact that I have to perform here only makes me throw up in my mouth. But that's beside the point. Stone Cold Steve Austin, get your pathetic ass out here right now and face me like a man.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard Stone Cold Steve Austin going to answer that challenge. Tone Bone, really, I think writing a check that his ass might not be able to cash, because Stone Cold Steve Austin might answer this damn challenge right now. I don't know, I think Stone Cold just got handed the microphone. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Well, goddamn, kid, all you had to do was challenge me if you wanted to fight. Goddamn, you mealy-mouthed bastard, you make me sick every time I look at you.
Shut the hell up, you piece of garbage. I want to settle this once and for all cage match right here on SmackDown, winner take all, #1 contendership.
You want it? You got it.
Stone Cold Steve Austin has just agreed to a cage match, #1 contenders match against Tone Bone. Tone Bone looked a little nervous when Steve Austin got in that ring, and welcome to the program. It's me, Tony Styles. I'm excited to be here. I can't believe what we have in the main event. Tone Bone taking on Stone Cold in a cage match to determine a #1 contender. I am so excited for the action, but we're going to take a quick commercial break here and get to the first contest where Curt Angle will be taking on Mr. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to SmackDown. As you heard just a second ago, please go visit NSE Supplies. A lot of the themes for your favorite legends. This young man included the one and only Olympic gold medalist Curt Angle, your current Intercontinental Champion. And Jesus, the fireworks rain down here in Utah. Curt Angle in the building here, going to not defend the title. We're going to take on the current #1 contender for the European Championship, Curt Hennig, in a dream match of sorts. I am excited to see how this plays out between your Olympic gold medalist Curt Angle and Curt Hennig.
the WWE.
I am very happy to call this match. This one's going to be an instant classic. I truly believe that. As Curt Hennig and Kurt Angle will be taking on each other in non-title competition. I am very excited to see how this will play out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just the beginning of a stacked card that will now be main evented with Stone Cold Steve Austin accepting Tone Bone's challenge to a number one contender's cage match. The winner, I guess, will take on the winner of Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels at Backlash. But now Kurt Angle is going to have his work cut out for him in the likes of Neekotronus, but right now he's got to take on the perfect one, Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig. I'm excited to see how this one plays out. Here he comes, Curt Hennig. Mr. Perfect's in the building, ladies and gentlemen, the number one contender for the European Championship.
Minnesota, weighing in at 260.
You think maybe if he can polish off the Intercontinental Champion, that might be enough momentum to roll into Backlash just a few weeks away, where he will be taking on CM Punk, who will also be in action tonight against the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship, Neekotronus. But right now, look at this, Mr. Perfect taking it in. This crowd in Utah loves Curt Hennig. And Mr. Perfect taking it in. He is ready to go. I am excited to call this match. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're excited to watch it. Thank you so much for joining us here on the LSWA's storyline-based content for members only. Of course, Backlash will be live for members only. But right now, we got a little action right here for Kurt Angle and Curt Hennig, the Battle of the Kurts. That was just an easy one. And there goes Curt Hennig. Beautiful drop kick by Curt Hennig, now taking it to Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold medalist now. Been big time trouble here, getting stomped out by Curt Angle. As now Curt Hennig in some serious control here. The question is, can he out-wrestle the Olympic gold medal? I mean, the guy won a gold medal for shoot-style wrestling. So Curt Hennig has a lot to prove here, and if he can beat Kurt Angle, I mean, hell with the Intercontinental, hell with the European Championship. Might as well go for the Intercontinental title. But of course, Curt Hennig and CM Punk trying to restore a level of prestige to the European Championship. And Curt Angle now throwing the scientifics out the window, firing off some close fists right to the face of Curt Hennig. And now he's going to attack him here on the outside. This is no longer a wrestling match. This is now just a straight-up fight. As now Curt Angle trying to stay in control of Curt Hennig. Well, say what you will, Curt Angle, Olympic gold medalist, but Curt Hennig is a multiple-time state champion wrestler. And he is just an absolute athlete. But beautiful springboard moonsault by Curt Angle. Putting down Mr. Perfect again, going for a counting one. And a kick out by Curt Hennig. It's going to take more than a springboard moonsault to put down Mr. Perfect. As now Curt Angle working over the arm. And now punching again, like throwing those close fists. This referee should get involved, but he's not. And a kick right to the back. And now to the top rope goes Curt Angle. Second rope waiting for Curt Hennig to get back up to his feet here. And a beautiful blockbuster maneuver, neck breaker. Taking out Curt Hennig. And now locks him up in a scissor hold here. For Curt Hennig now smartly rolling out of it, caught in those ropes. You better be careful here. He could snap his ankle. Now working over Curt Angle's knee. As you know, Curt Angle, knee injury suffered at the hands of William Regal a while back. And now Curt Angle tossed back in the ring the hard way. Hennig going for a cover here. Whoa. And a kick out by Curt Angle. Fantastic way to open up SmackDown, the Intercontinental Champion. Non-title competition, of course. And Hennig, beautiful hip toss with a kick to the back. Say what you will about Curt Hennig. He has a motor. This young man can go. Especially after getting that Forever Young shot. Staying at the optimal age that he chose. And look at this now as Hennig go. I thought Hennig was going for the perfect plex. He was going to go for what looks like a power bomb. And now tosses him up on the shoulders. A little snake eye stun gun action across the top rope. He could just go for a cover here, but instead chooses to drop the leg across the bedbasket now. A knee, or an elbow, I'm sorry, as he drops down the strap. And now going for a sleeper hold. He might be trying to put Kurt Angle to sleep here. The Olympic gold medalist might be going night-night. And a beautiful jawbreaker reversal by Kurt Angle, breaking it up here. And Curt Hennig now might be in some trouble. Angle slam by Kurt Angle. Angle hit the angle slam. 1, 2, and Kurt Hennig just kicked out of the angle slam. And now Kurt Angle going to the top rope, moonsault to the outside. Kurt Angle with a fantastic moonsault to the outside. As he is now going to whip Kurt Angle back into the ring, but Kurt Angle stops it, and now a back suplex, dropping Kurt Angle. You gotta respect the resilience of Curt Hennig now, being able to take a moonsault and get right back up and staying on top of Angle here. As he is now going to toss Angle back in the ring. He might have him right where he wants him. He's going to the top rope there. Big time splash by Mr. Perfect. 1, 2, and Angle just kicks out. What a match you are seeing here to open up SmackDown. Members Only Legend Series Wrestling Alliance, we appreciate you. And now big time Perfect Plex. Kurt Angle is in deep, deep trouble. 1, 2, and Kurt Angle just kicked out of the Perfect Plex. Mr. Perfect, very angry. He's got him primed right where he wants him. He's going to go for something. But wait a minute, Kurt Angle. And now Angle sweeps the leg. Oh, wait a minute. Angle goes for the ankle lock. He's got him in the ankle lock. Curt Hennig's in deep trouble. He's got him in the ankle lock. What a reversal. What a reversal. And he taps out. Kurt Angle is the winner. Kurt Angle rolling with a beautiful moonsault there to start the match. And another stun gun. Beautiful blockbuster. And Curt Hennig trying to get some offense on Kurt Angle here. But Kurt Angle was just too much here with a beautiful angle slam there. And then this moonsault, Kurt Angle, really showing everybody what he's made of. And then, of course, Kurt Angle locking on that ankle lock submission. Your winner,
Here is your winner,
the Intercontinental Champion, Kurt Angle. As he builds some momentum heading into Backlash in just a couple of weeks against Neekotronus. Curt Hennig kind of going to lick his wounds now heading into Backlash as he's got a big-time European Championship match against CM Punk. But Curt Angle opening this show, firing right out of the box. And this commentator can't be happier to call guys like Curt Angle's matches. And thank you so much for joining me here in the Eagle's Nest. It is, of course, Tony Styles. And we have so much more to go. And coming up next, Neekotronus will be taking on the European champion CM Punk in non-title competition. As CM Punk also wants a tune-up match. And we're going to see that coming up next. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Neekotronus heading to the ring already. Neekotronus fired up, about to fight the European champion CM Punk. Wants a bit of respect put on his name. And let me tell you something, if he can get his victory here on the Second City Saint, he might be on the fast track to getting that respect he so desperately wants. The question is he going to do it the easy way or the hard way? And most people tend to respect the hard way more. But Neekotronus has been known to take a shortcut or two. As he says, bask in the glory that is Neekotronus. He is not impressed at all with this Utah crowd right now. as we are now awaiting his opponent, which is the straight edge, the superstar known as CM Punk. Everybody knows of the cult of personality, the straight edge superstar. Your reigning and defending European champion. As I told you last week, when CM Punk shows up, you in it live in color, whether you like it or not. Strikes be damned. And he is here in the arena, the European champion, CM Punk. You know what it is, and I think he's ready. This crowd is letting him know how much they love him here in Utah. As he drops down to a knee, and I think he's about to signal for something. I believe it's some kind of time. It's clobbering time. And here we go. CM Punk. A resurgence, a renaissance, if you will, in this man's career since coming to the LSWA. He had so many opportunities. He said, I'll come to LSWA and work for the WWF brand. And since coming back, he has now become the European champion and is now going to defend it against Neekotronus in what should be a fantastic match here on SmackDown. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a member here at the Legend Series channel. Here is where you'll get SmackDown and Thunder and Raw and Nitro, but I will tell you, tonight is the very last SmackDown as we are switching to just a Raw Nitro format going forward. Of course, the LSWA. The LSWA, of course, condensing some of their shows here and consolidating and saying there's really no need to have all you guys on 2 shows when we can get all this done on SmackDown, on Raw and Nitro with the pay-per-views, of course, being live. But that being said, we're here on the final SmackDown. CM Punk comes flying right out of the box with a double axe handle, a Polish hammer, shades of Ivan Putski, putting down Neekotronus. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your second match on SmackDown here. We appreciate you so much. Of course, Curt Angle scoring a big-time victory over Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig, who will fight Mr. CM Punk at Backlash, as well as Neekotronus will be taking on. Oh, look at this. Went for a tope, but slipped on those damn ropes as Neekotronus sopped in baby oil. And beautiful maneuver by Neekotronus, working over the head and neck of CM Punk. Nice elbow drop here. Neekotronus, a very disrespectful individual, calls Curt Angle Perk Angle, and look at the knee right to the and boot right to the face of CM Punk. He said he wants to add some prestige to the Intercontinental Championship by taking it away from a drug addict like Curt Angle, which I think is absolutely poppycock, as Curt Angle has had absolute control of that issue. And listen, everybody has some demons, and Curt Angle had some. And wait a minute, Neekotronus with a beautiful superplex. If this guy just so focused on his wrestling ability instead of trying to disrespect people, they might take him a little bit more seriously. They might enjoy his work. Some more beautiful discus punch drops CM Punk down. And now CM Punk, a little dazed and confused there, as now Neekotronus just jacks him right up and is just going to handle him like a baby. Drops some beautiful snake eyes. And now Neekotronus begging CM Punk to get up to his feet here. Kicks him right in the face. Maybe kicked him a little too far. Maybe he was going for a move off the second rope or something. Now Neekotronus can Irish whip CM Punk down. Beautiful maneuver. Drops CM Punk right down. He's manhandling CM Punk right now. 2. And a kick out by Punk. Neekotronus visibly frustrated now. Doesn't really respect CM Punk at all. And an elbow to Neekotronus. CM Punk just trying to fight off Neekotronus. He knows Neekotronus might have the power advantage. A beautiful leg lariat by Punk, putting down Neekotronus. And now Neekotronus might be in some trouble as CM Punk hits him with a flurry of blows there. And now Neekotronus rolls out and gets some. Oh, wait a minute now. Just grabs CM Punk right away. Beautiful flapjack by Neekotronus, and he puts him down here. 1. And a kick out by CM Punk. Neekotronus. Oh, look at this now. CM Punk kicks him right back. Obviously, I'd like to see maybe like a little bit of a rivalry brewing with CM Punk and Neekotronus as well. Neekotronus not at all impressed with CM Punk, as CM Punk now might have doomed himself by leaving Neekotronus that far away. But look at this now, CM Punk smartly just runs to the other turnbuckle here. And he is calling for Neekotronus to get up here. Might be in a cross body of some sort and a beautiful double axe handle, but Nico moves right out of the way. And now Nico puts Punk down for a pin here. And now, wait a minute, reversal. 2-1. And now a kick out by Neekotronus. Doesn't want to get into a game of speed. Oh, the educated feet of CM Punk connects right on the face of Neekotronus. But Neekotronus quickly fighting off CM Punk, knowing that could have been it right there. And another big boot by CM Punk. These guys are just going move for move, blow for blow. What a SmackDown here tonight, the final SmackDown. Beautiful neckbreaker right here in front of the Spanish announce team. As I am safe up in the Eagle's nest. And now Neekotronus, I thought he was going to throw him right on that table. Tossing Punk into the guardrail. You do not want to get a victory via pinfall. Nobody wants that. But these guys are fighting it out right now, right here on the outside. Now Punk fighting back. Smacks Nico right in the face. Look at these strikes right here by Punk. And oh man, Neekotronus, I think he just busted Punk open with a fist, a closed fist right to the face. And look at that Mongolian chop. Those could blow eardrums. And now tossing Punk right back into the ring. Neekotronus might be going for that patented splash. And a big time elbow drop instead. 1, 2. And CM Punk kicks out again. And now Neekotronus staying right on top of him with a beautiful kick to the face. And now Nico, beautiful flatliner maneuver. And now is measuring the straight edge superstar. The Second City Saint might be in trouble here. The Razor's Edge. Neekotronus might be thinking of dumping Punk right on his head, and he does. Punk is down and out. Neekotronus got him. 1, 2. And CM Punk kicks out of the Razor's Edge, and Neekotronus can't believe it. And now Neekotronus stomping out CM Punk. As CM Punk smartly rolls out and gets a breather instead of going to blow with Nico. Nico continues. But now Punk finally fighting back, but Nico just too much for him. As Nico cutting off CM Punk. And now Punk, wait a minute, is this the GTS? Is he going for he nailed the GTS! He just nailed the GTS on Neekotronus. 1, 2. And Neekotronus just kicked out of the GTS. As now, oh man, CM Punk went for the tope and missed it yet again. As now Neekotronus back up to his feet, now kicking CM Punk. Now, oh, wait a minute here. Nico now got CM Punk, but CM Punk reverses it and chop blocks Neekotronus. It's a little bit of a dirty maneuver there, if you ask me. And now look at this, going for that same leg that he just chop blocked. Work it over on Neekotronus here. As Nico might be in some serious trouble. CM Punk now going to single leg DDT. Nico. Punk now calling for, wait a minute, I think he's going to try to put Nico to sleep here. Punk might be going for that patented springboard clothesline and nails it on Nico. And now he's going to lock on the Anaconda Vice. He's got the Anaconda Vice on Neekotronus. Neekotronus might be tapping out. I think he taps out. He does. Punk is the winner, ladies and gentlemen. And here we are at the replay. Neekotronus hitting CM Punk with a barrage of offense maneuvers, starting with this one right here. This could have done it right there, right from the beginning, but look at this superplex. And Neekotronus hits CM Punk with it. Like I said, you got to merely tip your cap to Neekotronus. The guy has definitely got a motor and can go. Look at this beautiful elbow drop. He nails CM Punk, like I said, with a barrage of offensive maneuvers here. But CM Punk's resilience shining through time after time. Look at that beautiful flatliner followed by the Razor's Edge here. This would put down a normal man, no problem. But CM Punk proving tonight that he is no normal man, as he is your European champion. Won't be denied. Look at the kick out here. And of course now hits it with a GTS. It took a GTS, a flying clothesline, and the Anaconda Vice. to put down Neekotronus, and CM Punk now heading to Backlash with some momentum with him, as Curt Hennig is his opponent for the European Championship. I don't know how that one's going to play out, but CM Punk proving that he can go with the best of them. Let me tell you something, Neekotronus has showed me something here tonight, that he could hang with Kurt Angle, and I'm excited for Backlash, and I hope you are as well. As CM Punk celebrates here in Utah, right back here in the Eagles' Nest is me, Tony Styles. I appreciate you for being here. Next up on the list is Kitsune taking on her cousin, Radisson Vale. As of late, Radisson Vale's had some kind of attitude, and Kitsune says, you know what, I think I'm going to give you a little bit of an attitude adjustment right here on SmackDown. So when we come up next, Kitsune battles it out with her lovely cousin, Radisson Vale, and I'm excited, and I hope you are too.
Idiots! Incompetent buffoons! What is it now, Commander? Consummate morons, incapable of coherent thought! Are you watching that show again? Yes. Why didn't you just watch Pop Blender and Matthew's discussions, news, reviews before the show came out? Whether you agree or disagree, the perspectives provide enough context to know if the show or movie is worth your time or not. Yes, I know. I will not miss another Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central on Pop Blender's channel. Be more than once a man by watching Pop Blender and Matthew talk about pop culture news, discussions, and reviews on Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. And now you know. Televiper, be sure to hit like, share, and subscribe so we do not miss another episode, and hit that bell notification.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. As you hear that song, don't let the song fool you. This young lady, Radisson Vale, has some kind of attitude. She's an angry young lady. She's got a scowl on her face right now. She heads to the ring. Her and her cousin Kitsune now not getting along so much. As Kitsune got her a job here at the LSWA, was expecting a little bit more of a attitude. I don't know how to put that. A little bit more grateful. I'm sorry, a little bit more grateful for being here. And she hasn't been grateful at all. Even offered to smack around Kitsune. Kitsune's like, oh yeah, well then let's go do it in the ring. And Radisson Vale says, sure. So here we are on SmackDown, as Radisson Vale will take on her cousin Kitsune. I'm excited to see how this plays out. And as always, thank you so much for joining us here at the LSWA membership. You could be watching anything else on YouTube. Hell, you could be watching anything else on the internet. You chose to sit here and watch this. I appreciate you. And here she comes, the fiery, crazy fox, as Tombone calls her. She'll scratch your eyes right out. Here comes Kitsune, ready to go. She's excited to fight her cousin. She's fired up. This crowd loves her here in Utah. You hear that song? Breaking rules and breaking laws, Kitsune will do whatever it takes to get the job done. And she's ready to go. The kid's got a motor in her. And this Utah crowd loves Kitsune the Fox. I'm excited to see how this is going to play out, ladies and gentlemen. As her and her cousin, there seems to be no love lost. But then again, why would she get her a job here? And this referee now going to ring the bell, and here we go. Kitsune absolutely now going right to the offensive, immediately kicking Radisson Vale right in the face. As now Radisson Vale tosses Kitsune now, maybe being the stronger of the two. Well, look at this now, clotheslining Kitsune, putting her down almost immediately. And now Radisson Vale trying to mount an offensive barrage, but now Kitsune too fast for her. As you know, Kitsune, a studier of the Lucha Libre style of wrestling. And look at this clothesline right over the top. Radisson Vale sending Kitsune out of the ring. She's in trouble here. What is Radisson Vale about to do here? Radisson Vale dives right onto Kitsune and puts her down. Radisson Vale. Look at this crowd saying this is awesome already. They are into it. That's Kitsune and Radisson Vale firing this place off its rocker right now in Utah. And look at the chops now by Radisson Vale, the big time kick right in return for Kitsune. Manhattan drop. And now wait a minute. These two young ladies must know each other very well, being related. And look at this now, beautiful moonsault, but she missed it. As Radisson Vale now staying right on top of Kitsune. Kitsune might be in some serious trouble here. As now Irish whip off the ropes, a beautiful drop kick by Radisson Vale, sending Kitsune out. And now Radisson Vale going to the top rope. And goes for a beautiful meteor and lands it on Kitsune. Look at these two ladies knowing each other so well and telegraphing each other's moves. And Radisson has to just throw it all on the line and throw her body at Kitsune basically as a weapon. Now she off the ropes and a beautiful neck breaker on Kitsune. Kitsune might be in some serious trouble here. Radisson Vale begging her to get back up to her feet now. Radisson, oh wait a minute, chop by Radisson Vale. Now look at this reversal by Kitsune, chop block. Shades of her man Tomebone. She's going to roll over. Radisson going for a cover here. 1, 2, and a kick out by Radisson Vale. Fantastic action from the ladies of the LSWA. As now look at this. Oh, wait a minute. Whirly bird bang right on the outside. Drops Radisson Vale on the concrete. As Kitsune now going to toss Radisson Vale back into the ring now. Jumps right into the ring here. And look at this. Look at the maneuver by Kitsune now spinning around and drops Radisson Vale right down to the canvas. What a maneuver by possibly the best luchador in the women's division. And whoa, what an enziguri by Radisson Vale, putting down Kitsune now. And wait a minute, Impaler DDT. Kitsune's in some serious trouble here. And now wait a minute, Radisson Vale bringing her right into the middle of the ring, going for a cover here. 1, 2, and a kick out by Kitsune. Just getting that shoulder up in time. And now wait a minute, look at this crossface. Radisson Vale's got a crossface on Kitsune. Kitsune's in some serious trouble here. She might just tap out right now. Oh man, oh God, I thought Kitsune almost tapped out. But the resilience, the testicular fortitude within Kitsune, the force is strong with this one, that is for sure. She won't be denied as she now is trying to put Radisson Vale in position for something. But Radisson, a little too smart for that. And now, wait a minute, Kitsune, held on too long, and now Radisson Vale hits her with her own chop block, chopping down the Fox, and now going to work over Kitsune's legs. And now, wait a minute, she's not done with her. And an elbow to the knee. And now she's going to kick her in the leg. She's really working over Kitsune right now. Irish whip into the corner. And now, wait a minute, off goes Radisson Vale with a beautiful European uppercut into the corner. And now Kitsune looks a little angry. She's fired up. Irish whip, beautiful moonsault drop kick. And look at the kicks. Look at the flurry of kicks now from Kitsune firing off. And these two women now are showing just how much they don't like each other. As now Radisson Vale walks Kitsune over to the ropes. Now Irish whip now. Oh man, chop by Kitsune. Kitsune trying to hold off Radisson Vale, but Radisson Vale hit her like a spider monkey. Throwing everything she has at Kitsune. And a kick right to the stomach, standing moonsault by Radisson Vale. And now Radisson Vale measuring Kitsune. Uh-oh, here we go. Kitsune now in deep, deep trouble. Code Red. 1, 2, and a kick out by Kitsune. My word, what action you are seeing here tonight on SmackDown. Now Kitsune smartly reverses that one. And now Irish Whip. And a beautiful slice spread by Kitsune. Puts down Radisson Vale. Here we go. 1, 2. And Radisson Vale kicks out. Kitsune cannot believe it. And a beautiful standing shooting star press right on the right. 1, 2. And another kick out by Radisson Vale. And Kitsune now drops her down. Beautiful inverted DDT maneuver by Kitsune. Now Kitsune begging Radisson Vale to get up on the apron. And look at this now. Springboard moonsault by Kitsune. What a maneuver. These two ladies laying it all on the line here on SmackDown. The very last SmackDown on Legend Series on the LSWA. At least for the foreseeable future. And a moonsault by Kitsune again, this time. The old moon. Oh, look at this now. Kitsune going over to the barricade. This crowd right there watching. And a beautiful double axe handle off the apron. Kitsune now really giving the Utah crowd a show as she tosses Radisson Vale to the table. But now Radisson, out of desperation, just kicks Kitsune right in the face. And now, wait a minute, throws Kitsune back in the ring, and now in comes Radisson Vale. Wait a minute, she's going to the top rope here. But Kitsune now starting to stir, and Kitsune smartly runs right out of the way. And we might see, here it comes, the flipping fox. Boom, there you go, the Crown Fox. That's what she calls that maneuver, the Crown Fox. 1, 2, and Kitsune gets the victory right here on SmackDown. Let's go to the replay. As you can see here, Radisson Vale hit Kitsune with everything she had, clotheslining her to the outside, and even going for an absolute fantastic tope suicida right through those ropes. Taking out Kitsune, and then of course going for that Impaler DDT, and of course this Whirlybird. Code Red trying to drop Kitsune, but Kitsune would not be denied, hitting her with that beautiful Crown Fox maneuver. But Radisson Vale kicks out here and shocks Kitsune. And then of course Kitsune pulling out all the stops here. Look at this moonsault to the outside, and then a second Whirlybird. Of course, I just keep calling it whatever I want, which is really the Crown Fox here. 1, 2, 3, your winner. The Fox with the crown, Kitsune. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen, ready to go. I know she's got a big-time street fight this weekend at the Gimmick Factory, but we're excited every time Kitsune comes on our screen. Ladies and gentlemen, we still have so much more action to come. Next up, next up, Chad Gable has an open challenge. So let's take a break. When we come back, Chad Gable with an open challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LSWA, and here he comes, Chad Gable, returning from the tour of Europe and Asia with some of the LSWA's roster, and he is here, ready to go. He wants to issue an open challenge to the LSWA locker room. He knows that a lot of new faces have arrived here as of late, and he is here to show the world what he is made of, no pun intended, as he represents American-made. And he is here to represent Curt Angle, who is successful in his Intercontinental, non-title match against Curt Hennig earlier today. Maybe he wants to come out here and impress his mentor, Curt Angle, as he issues an open challenge to anybody in the back who's smart enough or dumb enough to step up to one Chad Gable. Now Chad gonna grab a microphone, see what he's got to say.
Thank you! I am back here in the States, back where I belong in America, and I am ready to take on anybody in the back who is dumb enough to fight me.
And there you heard it, Chad Gable laying down the challenge to anybody in the back. Let's see who's gonna answer it. And wait a minute! Bourbon McJack! He'll take on any fight. This guy debuted last week on Monday Night Raw against Jensen Brooks to a successful debut. And now he's going to come out here and fight Chad Gable one-on-one. I'm excited to see how this plays out, ladies and gentlemen. Curt Angle sent Chad Gable down here to issue an open challenge. And Bourbon McJack has now accepted said challenge as he has come down to the ring, ready to fight. This crowd here in Utah loves Bourbon McJack, and so do I. Great fighter here in LSWA, ready to go. He'll take you to your absolute limit, this guy. Say what you will about the fact that he's fueled by bourbon or whiskey, whatever you got on hand. But he is ready to go against Chad Gable right here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This crowd now cheering for Chad Gable. They love him. And now here we go. Issue an open challenge, and Bourbon McJack now quickly coming out of the box with a chop and a beautiful back suplex, stomping on the hand of American-made's Chad Gable. And now this is the issue when you issue an open challenge, anybody can answer it. And that means any kind of fighting style can come out here. So you can have a scientific wrestler, you can have a brawler, you can have a hardcore guy, you can have anything. I mean, you can have a 7-foot Sasquatch show up. It doesn't matter. You issue an open challenge, anybody can take it. And now Bourbon McJack. Oh, wait a minute, now Chad Gable finally mounting some kind of offense on Bourbon McJack here. Bourbon might be a little bit worried, might have bargained a little bit more than he thought for. As now Chad Gable really working over Bourbon McJack, showing his strength off. And Bourbon now, beautiful shoulder tackle, puts Chad Gable right down. And now Bourbon McJack firing off fists of fury right to the head of Chad Gable. As now Bourbon McJack going to the top rope here. What's Bourbon got planned here? Calling for Chad Gable to get back up to his feet now. Beautiful, going for that tomahawk chop off the top rope, but misses it. As now Gable gonna walk Bourbon over, but can't get there in time as Bourbon is just too feisty for him. And now Bourbon McJack punching Gable right in the face. Beautiful DDT by Bourbon McJack, going for a cover here. One. And a kick out by Chad Gable at one. Gable, one of the best pure athletes we have here at the LSWA. As now Bourbon McJack might be going for that starter. He might go for that starter. He nailed the starter. He might be wrapping this one up early here. Chad Gable can't believe 1, 2. And Gable just kicks out. Bourbon McJack can't believe it. Gable might be shocked at who he didn't. I guess he didn't think someone like this was going to answer the challenge. Someone was going to give him such a good fight. And now beautiful clothesline to the outside here. Bourbon McJack really taking it to Chad Gable. As Gable in some serious trouble. Like I said, Gable issued this open challenge. I guess he thought just a scientific wrestler was going to answer it and come out here They were just going to work in the ring. He didn't expect the bar-brawling Bourbon McJack to come on out here and take him up on this challenge as the ref stands right in the way of the camera. As Bourbon works over that leg of Chad Gable, now stomping at the leg of Chad Gable. And now, an elbow to the stomach. Bourbon McJack going for it, but he kicks out. Now Bourbon McJack, oh wait a minute, kick to the head. A beautiful monkey kick to the head as Chad Gable knocks Bourbon McJack for a loop. Is now Bourbon McJack going for a flurry of punches, but Chad Gable now blocking it. And now Gable going to walk over Bourbon McJack and slams his head into the corner. Now he's attacking the back of Bourbon McJack. And look at this. What a maneuver by Gable, going for it. One. And a kick out by Bourbon McJack. And now Gable, beautiful diving headbutt off the top rope right on a Bourbon McJack. That might do it right there. Now Gable going for an ankle lock, shades of his mentor Curt Angle, who just won a match just in this exact fashion, but Bourbon McJack not tapping out. Bourbon McJack now showing absolute fortitude here and not tapping out. An Irish whip now, Bourbon McJack, beautiful back body drop. Now an elbow right to the top of the head as he now sizes up Chad Gable. What could be another Stone Cold Stunner right there. Bourbon McJack down and goes for the cover. 1, 2, and Bourbon McJack gets a big-time W, an open challenge. You got to be careful when somebody answers it that you've never seen before. Let's check out the replay. Oh, no replays here, thank God. Bourbon McJack gets a big-time W here at LSWA SmackDown. Closing out SmackDown. Bourbon McJack is here, ladies and gentlemen. I am excited to see the future of this guy. He's got a bright future here at LSWA. And ladies and gentlemen, I am excited to see what is up next for this young man. But back here in the Eagle's Nest, I am standing here awaiting a big-time match now coming up next, as Lunchbox Killer has called out his mentor, Ken Shamrock, who is now taking some shots at him after a couple of losses at the hands of Neekotronus. But this match in particular is a underground street fight, so I'm excited to see how this plays out, ladies and gents. I issued this challenge to my mentor because I got to prove to myself that I could belong here. But there is a reason why I came to LSWA. So that being said, I issued a street fight underground style against Ken Shamrock. One-on-one, we are going to bang. And one of us is going to be standing. And I'm going to prove to you, Ken, and I'm going to prove to myself that I belong on this LSWA roster. Let's get to it. Knuckle up or shut up. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from Lunchbox Killer. So now we have taken the ropes off the ring. This is an underground style street fight. Ken Shamrock, the mentor of Lunchbox Killer, on his way to the ring, ready to fight his protege. Ladies and gentlemen, we got so much more action to come. as we have Rowdy Riles debuting on the LSWA story-based product, as she has been on a tear at the Gimmick Factory. Of course, we have fatal four-way action between J1's HBK, Bret Hart, and Artie Bucco, and in your main event, the Steel Cage, Tone Bone, Stone Cold Steve Austin. But right now, here comes Lunchbox Killer. He had some things he had to get off his chest, as you heard before the match. And now he is here, ready to fight his mentor, Ken Shamrock. And I'm interested to see how this match is going to play out, as it is a street fight. There is no referee. The only way to win this is to knock out your opponent literally, virtually, and literally. So we're excited to see how this plays out, as Lunchbox now praying a little bit, sliding around, getting the feel. This ring without ropes is much different, ladies and gentlemen. You can literally fall right to the outside. We have some of the LSWA roster standing out there to make sure they stay safe.
The contest is an underground match. The only ways to win are by knockout or submission. Introducing first, from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 205 pounds, the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. And from New York, weighing in at 228 pounds, Lunchbox.
And there you have it, the introductions of Ken Shamrock and Lunchbox here at this underground match. I'm excited to see how this plays out. We've never seen one of these before, as now Ken Shamrock and Lunchbox Killer going right at it. Drops Lunchbox Killer with a beautiful clothesline. And now Shamrock punching Lunchbox right in the face. Going to take it right to his little protege, as he is now going to work over the arm of Lunchbox. Lunchbox just trying to prove to himself and his mentor that he belongs here at the LSWA, trying to be a 5-tool player just like Ken Shamrock was. As you know, Lunchbox Killer is over at the UFC. He's also a professional boxer. Wait a minute now, look at this. Ken Shamrock going to suplex him to the outside, dropping him right on the concrete from the apron. Jesus, what a maneuver. Ken Shamrock really taking it to his protege. Basically taking the gloves completely off, no pun intended. He's really trying to make sure that Lunchbox, wait a minute, Lunchbox now angry, busts Ken Shamrock wide open with a closed fist, as that is allowed here at the Underground. And oh my God, did you just hear that? He collided with that pole and went flying to the outside. My word, what a fight this is right now between Lunchbox Killer and Ken Shamrock. And Ken Shamrock now trying to go for a dive, but Lunchbox threw him right into the pole. And now he falls right off the ring. And now Lunchbox staying on top of him with a beautiful elbow drop. As now Lunchbox Killer just trying to choke the life out of his mentor Ken Shamrock, who reverses it and now locks back up and tosses him into the LSWA trainees. We're just standing here making sure that everything stays. Oh, now, wait a minute. Ken Shamrock now busts Lunchbox Killer wide open, as he is now working over the leg of Lunchbox Killer. And now Ken Shamrock trying to stay kind of above. Wait a minute now. Lunchbox now tossing him right into that apron, right into that the hard part of the ring there. And now into the stairs. Lunchbox Killer drops a leg on Ken Shamrock now. Lunchbox Killer trying to fight back here, as he now jumps back into the ring. He drops an elbow right across the back, stomps him out. And now Ken Shamrock and Lunchbox Killer is kind of confused. Oh, wait a minute now. Ken Shamrock now going to that danger zone, as he calls it, throwing Lunchbox Killer into the stairs. And back down he comes, those stairs. And I don't think he's far from done with his protege now. He's just attacking him now. He's going to choke him out here. He's got him in a complete and utter choke out. He's trying to choke him out here. But now beautiful reversal by Lunchbox, who breaks out of the chokehold. Now picking up his mentor, Ken Shamrock, going to throw him into the stair. Oh no, he rises against it, tosses him over there into the trainees. Some, of course, from the Lion's Den, Ken Shamrock's MMA school. And now, wait a minute. Beautiful back suplex, dumps Lunchbox Killer, and a nice leg drop by Ken Shamrock now. Putting down Lunchbox Killer as he now works the neck of Lunchbox as he wrenches the head, trying to tear it right from the shoulders. Now visibly getting angry with his student. As now both men are busted wide open and bleeding here on SmackDown. What a match, this underground style street fight. What an impressive showing here by both men. As they have what a clothesline by Lunchbox. And now Ken Shamrock takes a breather as he now dumps. He just dumped Lunchbox Killer with a beautiful dragon suplex. As he is now going to walk Lunchbox right back in the ring and tosses Lunchbox right back into the ring. And now Lunchbox rolls right out and pops right back in. Now wait a minute, kicks Ken Shamrock right off the apron. Beautiful misdirection maneuver by Lunchbox Killer. And a beautiful splash off the apron. Lunchbox Killer giving it everything he has to Ken Shamrock as he drops a knee right across Shamrock's throat. And now he's going to lock back up with Ken Shamrock, and now looks like he's going to go and toss him back in the ring here. Lunchbox Killer now in the ring. I think Ken Shamrock's on Dream Street as he has been beaten up completely, and now look at this, Lunchbox Killer trying to get him to tap. But Ken Shamrock will have none of that. As now Shamrock's trying to get Lunchbox to tap by wrenching the arm right out of the socket. What a maneuver, what moves here. So look at this, beautiful belly to belly, puts down Lunchbox Killer. Lunchbox Killer better be, he has to fight back, but I don't think he's got anything left as Ken Shamrock now is hitting him with a barrage of moves. Lunchbox Killer had no answer here. Look at this now, he's going to really tear at that arm, trying to really hurt Lunchbox Killer. And now stomping out Lunchbox. And beautiful elbow right to the back of Lunchbox Killer. Lunchbox Killer might be in some serious trouble. He might have picked a fight with the wrong guy. As now Ken Shamrock seems to be in firm control and just tosses Lunchbox to the outside, right over the trainees. As he is now going to work over Lunchbox. No, he's got him in the ankle lock. Ken Shamrock's got him in the ankle lock. Are you going to tap? Lunchbox Killer does not tap. That's got to impress Ken Shamrock. As now Shamrock's going to work over the leg and knee. A beautiful reversal by Lunchbox Killer, who now is going to lock on the ankle lock of his own. He's going to try to get his mentor to tap. Can Ken Shamrock tap, or will he hold out? What a street fight. What an underground style fight we are watching here on SmackDown right now between these two fighters. As now, well, look at this beautiful belly to belly on the outside. Just drops Ken Shamrock down. And now he is kicking out the legs, but Shamrock with a reversal. And now with a belly of his own, drops Lunchbox Killer. Lunchbox in some serious trouble as he now works down. He's going to put him in an armbar. He's got him in some kind of armbar, going to snap his arm. Is he going to tap? I don't think he's going to tap here. Lunchbox Killer, what resilience this kid has as he pushes off Ken Shamrock with his leg strength. And now he's going to slap out another ankle lock on Ken Shamrock. This might do it right here, folks. Ken Shamrock might tap. He just grapevined the leg. Ken Shamrock, wait a minute. Bleeding all over our floor here. Tossed right into the steel stairs. Ken Shamrock and Lunchbox Killer really laying it all on the line. You can see the bloodstains all over the ring, the floor here. They have really let it all hang out. As Lunchbox now back in the ring screaming for Ken Shamrock to get back up to his feet and get back in the ring so they can finish this man to man. And now Shamrock gonna slap on the ankle lock to the outside. This might do it right here for Lunchbox Killer. He might tap. He is tapping. He is definitely tapping, but the ref doesn't see it. The ref didn't see it. That had to happen on the inside of the ring. Shamrock furious. And now Shamrock going to walk in. Lunchbox Killer and power bombs him right back into the ring. And now wait a minute. Ken Shamrock waiting for Lunchbox Killer to get back up to his feet. Now wait a minute. Lunchbox reverses it. Lunchbox now going to put him in some kind of maneuver here. What's he going to do? And he just tosses him to the outside. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, he might have done some damage there to that toss. As he now going to back suplex him, and there it is. Lunchbox Killer is declared your winner. Shamrock cannot get back up. Let's check out some of the replays here. Look at this maneuver here. As Shamrock suplexes Lunchbox to the outside. And then Lunchbox hitting him with a beautiful elbow right off the apron there. But back and forth these men went. As this fight, really, they gave it all they had. Look at this dragon suplex. Then tossed back into the ring here. What a fight between these two men. Ladies and gentlemen, Lunchbox Killer definitely proved himself tonight to be an absolute fighter, as you're seeing in the replays right now. What a fight between two trained fighters. I am highly impressed, ladies and gentlemen, with the physical and violent prowess of Lunchbox Killer, that he could put down the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. And ladies and gentlemen, right here, that's what did it. Slamming him down with a beautiful belly to belly. Lunchbox desperately needed that win to get back to momentum that he's lost as of late due to Neekotronus. But what a fight here on SmackDown. What a night so far. We still got 3 more to go as we are back here in the Eagle's Nest. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining the LSWA. If you remember, we appreciate you more than you know. That's where you can get this storyline based content. Of course, every weekend we go live from the Gimmick Factory, public for everybody. But please consider joining the membership. Until then, let's get to another commercial break. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back to SmackDown as we are about to see the LSWA debut of one Rowdy Riles as she takes on Liv Morgan and Virgo Cool in triple threat action. debuted at the Gimmick Factory with the Edwards brothers, was not successful against the Pre-Roll crew, but just this past weekend at the LSWA Gimmick Factory scored a big-time victory over Kitsune. And that battle far from over, as they will be in a street fight on this weekend's LSWA's Weekend Evening Slam. At this point, we're going to call it Weekend Evening Slam because we don't know if it's going to be on Saturdays or Sundays at this point anymore. We're just going to do it when we do it. But now, Rowdy Riles awaiting her opponents as she is in a triple threat match. It is interesting to say the least. Rowdy Riles, when she came in here, she laid down the gauntlet to the entire women's division, and she said she was going to be a champion at some point, whether you like it or not. She is going to score a W on you, and she will be moving on to bigger and better things. That is for one thing is for certain, she said.
Elmwood Park, New Jersey.
So we hope this is just the start of Rowdy Riles' big-time career here at LSWA, as she has a hell of a competition in the likes of Radisson Vale, Kitsune. I mean, you just saw that match not too long ago, as Kitsune really and Radisson Vale let it all hang out. They put it all on the line for everybody to see that they will take it to the absolute limit to get a W. But Rowdy Riles right now finds herself. And Virgo Cool now coming out the front. Speaking of Kitsune, one half of the Soul Sisters. Virgo Cool now, here she comes. Heading to the ring now. It's a big time triple threat match. As you know, as of late, the brass has been thinking about splitting the brands completely and keeping everybody on their respective brand, including the women. But that's still up in the air right now, as the roster hasn't grown to the number where it would require that. So right now, the ladies have to travel between SmackDown, well, not anymore SmackDown, but between WCW and WWF, or WWE, depending on which side of the line you want to stand on. But Virgo Cool is here, and she is ready to go. Triple threat action ready to start up here on SmackDown. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a member of the Legend Series membership. And here we go. You get this storyline-based content. You get these weekly branded shows, even though this will be the last time you see SmackDown, as the LSWA is consolidating and going to a Monday Night Raw, a WCW Nitro format only. We have to consider the lives of these wrestlers, as they could get injured if they keep working as much as they are right now. And nice maneuver by Virgo Cool, as Liv Morgan just goes for a double stomp but misses it. And now Liv Morgan chop blocks the legs of Virgo Cool. Now is going after Rowdy Riles. Tries to drop kick Riles, but Riles holds on to the ropes there. Then Virgo levels Morgan with a beautiful drop kick. And now wait a minute. And now Rowdy Riles with a suplex on Virgo Cool. But now Liv Morgan trying to stay on top. Look at Virgo Cool's fancy footwork there. Kicks Liv Morgan right in the mouth, but misses a leg drop. As now Morgan focused on Rowdy Riles. Riles now, of course, the one debuting here tonight, has a lot to prove and can do that right now. Two birds, one stone, literally and figuratively, by beating two different women in this triple threat match. And as always, as I said before, we appreciate you for joining us. This is the kind of action you can expect. Look at Rowdy Riles now. Oh, wait a minute. Virgo tosses the kendo stick at Rowdy Riles and then hits her with a springboard drop kick. And now a knee right to the face. And Rowdy smartly rolls out of the ropes as now Virgo focuses her attention on Liv Morgan. Now Virgo playing to the crowd. Getting this crowd amped up here in Utah as Riles and Morgan continue to fight on the outside here. Sweeps the leg, does Riles. Drops Morgan right on her dome as Virgo Cool kicks Riles right in the face. And now Virgo almost tossed right into the stairs, but she was able to stop her momentum. and kicks Morgan right in the abs, and now is trying to go after Riles, who reverses it. These three women fighting right there in front of the Spanish announce team. As now Virgo Cool rolls them both into the ring. And there, wait a minute, Irish whip off the ropes and a big time thump. Shades of the Junkyard Dog, but Riles breaks up what would have been a 3 count. As now Virgo Cool focused, and wait a minute, look at that. Sunset flip, pinning, and wait a minute, now switched over to a beautiful submission maneuver there by Virgo Cool. Trying to get Riles to tap, but she wouldn't. And now Morgan with a drop kick right to Virgo Cool. As now Morgan's got Riles right where she wants her. And look at this now, going for what looks like a crucifix bomb, dropping Riles right on her head. And what a break above the pin. Virgo better hit her. But Riles kicks out. Resiliency at its finest here on SmackDown. Won't be denied, won't get pinned. As Riles has said that multiple times in an interview, she will not be denied glory here at the LSWA. A nice leg drop by Virgo Cool. As now Virgo, the only one left standing here. And now using the kendo stick, hitting Morgan right in the face. That ought to rearrange some of the facial features. As now Virgo Cool gonna go for a nice drop kick to the back of the head. As now Riles getting back into the ring here. And a splash by Cool. As Riles now going right after Virgo Cool, but Virgo now fired up here, complete reversal. But wait a minute, now Riles reverses it back. And a Bubba Bomb by Virgo Cool. Hell of an offensive barrage by Virgo Cool. As she says in the locker room, she's as cool as the autumn wind. And now Morgan's got a kendo stick but misses it as Virgo ducked it. As fast as the wind there. Going for what looks like a code red, slamming Morgan's head off the floor. And wait a minute, Riles has an absolute bat. She has a metal bat in her hands. And I'd be careful. And oh my goodness gracious, she just clobbered Virgo Cool with that bat. And she is now working Virgo Cool over on the outside. Riles now fired up here, using a bat to her advantage. And look at the choke slam, drops Virgo Cool on the outside. And now Riles heading back into the ring. And a kick right to the abs. And a Shining Wizard to Liv Morgan here. Riles go for a cover. 1, 2. And Rowdy Riles gets the big time W here on SmackDown. Welcome to the LSWA, Rowdy Riles. Let's see some of the replay here. Riles really hitting everybody with an offensive barrage. Look at that German suplex. And Virgo Cool with a fantastic springboard drop kick there. Liv Morgan trying to stay with the action by dropping Riles. But Virgo Cool and Riles, man, they were fired up here tonight on SmackDown. They wanted a W. Look at this crucifix bomb here by Liv Morgan. Not enough to keep Riles down. And she was able to kick out just as Virgo Cool tried to go for a leg drop, it looked like. And a splash by Virgo Cool, but Riles was the difference maker here. Even after a Bubba Bomb by Virgo Cool. It was this maneuver right here, this choke slam, putting Virgo Cool down. And then coming right into the ring, noticing that Liv Morgan was paying attention to something and hitting her with that Shining Wizard. 1, 2, there is your winner, Rowdy Riles.
Here's your winner, Rowdy.
And she is here. She put the locker room on notice. So everybody better be ready because Rowdy Riles is here to get rowdy. And she is ready to throw down. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Props.
What do you want, Brett? I don't have all day. Shawn Michaels, I have a lot of respect for you, even though you may not believe it. But this bullshit that has been going on with us, it's been going on for far too long, and I want it settled once and for all, and it will be settled at Backlash for the WWF Championship. So, what do you say? One more time to prove who is the better man. You know what? You're not the only one who lives with this bullshit. You're on.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw that promo between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, and here comes the Hitman, the WWF Champion. Headed to the ring right now, he's got a big-time fatal four-way, which will involve Shawn Michaels. As right now, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels will be engaged in a fatal four-way with Jay Wands and Artie Bucco, who will also have a match at Backlash. Of course, that will be a last man standing match. But right now, here on SmackDown, the final SmackDown on LSWA, we are being treated to Bret the Hitman Hart and Shawn Michaels, two icons, two legends of our time. And they are here to battle it out with two rising stars in Jay Wands and Artie Bucco. I am excited to see how this match plays out. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank you for being a member here at the LSWA. We appreciate you greatly. As now Bret Hart awaits his next opponent, and exactly as I said before, Jay Wands involved in this one. Jay Wands earlier today told me he doesn't give a rat's ass what problems they have with each other. The bottom line is this: he's just here to fight. He doesn't care about wins or losses. He just wants to instill as much punishment as possible. Jay Wands is here tonight to take on his rival, his scathing enemy, Artie Bucco. And unfortunately, he's got to go through Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels to get his hands on Artie, and he will do so. And look at this, smashing the can over his head. He is fired up here in Utah. Is Jay Wands. He is ready to go. I've never seen this young man look more focused than he does right now as he heads to the ring to battle it out in your pre-main event to close out SmackDown. As we are moving to the the Raw Nitro format going forward here at the LSWA. Jay Wands takes his sweet time coming to the ring. I asked him why he takes his time, and he says anticipation makes the heart grow fonder. The longer it takes him to get to the ring to kick somebody's ass, the more he can't wait to do it. So he is taking his sweet ass time as he heads to the ring here. And Jay Wands fired up. Can't wait to fight. The calmer he gets, the scarier he gets. That's a true story. As he is calmly walking around the ring, just eyeing up Bret the Hitman Hart, the WWF Champion. Not impressed at all is the Extreme Icon. Jay Wands took a nice long stroll around the ring here. Jay Wands has a hell of a theme song, courtesy of Laid Back Faye. LSWA DJ along with Mike Owens and Innes. Of course, you can catch Innes and Mike Owens on their respective YouTube channels. Please head on over to Mike Owens and subscribe if you like death metal. Of course, if you like 80s synthwave music, head on over to Innes. But right now, Jay Wands finally in the ring, ready to fight. But he's still got two more guys that got to make their way to the ring. And this next guy, really not a fan of Jay Wands. They cannot stand each other. And that is, of course, the world champion of our hearts, as he likes to be proclaimed, as he proclaimed himself. And that is, of course, Artie Butane, a.k.a. Artie Bucco, who is here, ready to go, of course. The new era officially licensed LSWA Artie Bucco hat, available on fakeshop.com. Artie Bucco now on his way to the ring here. Of course, you can catch actual LSWA merch if you click the shop tab, the spread shop, right here at the link below the description. You can find some LSWA merch right there, whether you want a hat, a mug, a hoodie, or a t-shirt. Got the LSWA logo you see in the corner right now. Show everybody that you're repping the LSWA. Get yourself a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. Hell, just get a hat. I think we even have a tote bag, so if you want to walk around a convention with an LSWA tote bag, you can find that, of course, on the link below the description. Artie Buchanan finally in the ring. We're awaiting now the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, who is now added to the ring. Bret Hart's opponent at Backlash. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Generation X from San Antonio, Texas.
He is here.
227 pounds. Shawn.
The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, last one involved in this fatal four-way match. Shawn Michaels had some things to say. I mean, he was a man of a few words, surprisingly, against Bret Hart, who did most of the talking in that promo you just watched. That was a couple of weeks ago. Of course, before LSWA went live, Bret and Shawn had some words. And Bret said he is fed up with the bull that's been going on between Shawn Michaels and himself for over almost 30 years now. And he said he wants it to be gone and done for, once and for all at Backlash, and Shawn Michaels agreed. So here we go at Backlash, one-on-one to finally close the book, as he is now engaged in fatal four-way action. There's Bret the Hitman Hart. And there they are, ready to go, these men. Shawn Michaels. And the bell rings, here we go. Bret the Hitman Hart, Shawn Michaels, and J1s. And what a moonsault by Shawn Michaels, and Bret Hart drops. J1's now in trouble here. Shawn Michaels now gets punched right in the face. Artie Bucco now, wait a minute, takes down by J1's here, punches him right to the face. As I said before, Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart have had their war of words, as you heard. A couple of weeks ago, they had some words with each other. We showed it before the match here, just to kind of give you a little bit of a context between the two men as they head into Backlash. And now Artie Bucco really working over J1s here as Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart work each other over. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you so much for joining us here at the LSWA SmackDown, as this will be the final SmackDown as we switch to the WCW Nitro Raw format. And of course, the pay-per-views once a month, which will be free to members only. Of course, when we do the public shows at the Gimmick Factory, we want you to tell all your friends about the LSWA and how much fun you're having here. And drops J1's right across the top rope there. As now Shawn Michaels going to get worked over. Shawn Michaels got Artie Bucco, but Artie Bucco now smartly chop blocks Shawn Michaels. And now Artie Bucco, now what a beautiful springboard drop kick by Artie Bucco, drops Shawn Michaels, and now with a tope as J1's getting worked over by the Hitman. One. And Shawn Michaels just kicks out, but that got the attention of his mentor, Bret the Hitman Hart, who now works over Artie as J1's gets back in the ring. Now, J1's doesn't, like I said before, Artie Bucco may not care about wins or losses, but J1's literally does not care about wins or losses. He just wants to inflict as much punishment as possible. He wants to hurt his opponents any way he can. And now here we go as J1's now. Artie Bucco now getting worked over by Shawn Michaels while Bret Hart relies on scientifics to beat J1's, but J1's power and anger are just too much. Look at this. He's got Bret by the face and he smashes Bret Hart down. As now Shawn Michaels, beautiful flying forearm, but misses it. J1's wrestled Shawn Michaels already last week. And look at the pile driver by the Hitman now going for a cover here on Shawn. One, and J1's just breaks it up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your pre-main event here on SmackDown. If you're just joining us, we appreciate you. Nice, beautiful bulldog by J1's. As you know, J1's and Artibuco will fight in a street fight, in a last man standing match, at Backlash, while Shawn Michaels and Bret the Hitman Hart will battle out for the WWF title. I am excited to call Backlash live. I hope you will be there as a member. And a beautiful splash now, powered by Artibuco and Jay. Whoa, wait a minute. I thought Shawn Michaels was going to splash J1's, but he went for a crossbody instead. And now, wait a minute. Hip toss by Bret the Hitman Hart. We apologize. We lost a little bit of power there. And now Shawn Michaels with a Luthes press right on the J1's. And now, Bret the Hitman Hart's got Bret. Oh, he's got Artibuco with a sharpshooter. He's going to make him tap. But Shawn Michaels just comes in and breaks it up just in the nick of time. As Shawn Michaels now is attacking Bret the Hitman Hart. These guys are in trouble. Shawn was tuning up the band, but Bret Hart virtually saving Artibuco from a super kick. And now wait a minute, J1's got that super kick right to the face. But Bret the Hitman Hart just breaks it up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the kind of action you can expect here at the LSWA. As now Bret the Hitman Hart going to jump right over. Beautiful plancha over the top rope on the J1's. And now I think Shawn Michaels is going to take his turn and jump right over. Look at this. Beautiful. Going for a missile dropkick, but J1's telegraphs it. As now Artibuco tries to go after his mentor, the Hitman. And now wait a minute. Inverted DDT by Shawn Michaels to J1's. And now the two legends seem to be in control here, as now, wait a minute, J1's is in trouble here. 1, 2. And J1's just kicked out. Bret Hart not in time to break up that count. That could have been it right there. As now, wait a minute, Shawn Michaels, and now Artibuco gets power driven. That's how he lost to Bret Hart last week. As Shawn Michaels now goes to cover J1's, but not paying attention to the Hitman. As the Hitman broke up that count, now Shawn Michaels going to the top rope here. What is Shawn going to do? Shawn trying to take out Bret the Hitman Hart, but the Hitman going to lock on that submission again on Artibuco. Artibuco, I think tonight has just literally been a distraction for J1's. Just trying to keep him completely out of this match. Does not want him to get a W. As J1's just wants to inflict as much punishment on every single opponent as he can. And Artibuco going for a springboard dropkick, but J1 smacked him out of the air. And there is absolute bedlam here in this fatal four-way. Look at this, J1's. Both Artibuco and J1's basically getting kendo stick by Bret the Hitman Hart. And now Hitman attacking Artibuco. As he is now going to lock on. Wait a minute, no. Kick to the midsection does the Hitman. And now Hitman going to that second row for that patented elbow. But no, wait a minute. Instead, begging Artie to get up. And a nice cross body by Bret the Hitman Hart, who now goes for a cover as J1's has Shawn Michaels and tosses him right into the turnbuckle pole. The ring post. I'm sorry. And the Hitman now attacking everybody. The Hitman in firm control. Last man standing here is the Hitman. As now everybody getting back up to their feet. And a beautiful power driver on the J1's. Bret Hart going to go for that cover. And Artibuco breaks it up. Now chopping down the Hitman. Mentorship be damned. Artibuco now angry with the Hitman. As Shawn Michaels tries to continue to work over a beautiful neck breaker by the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. As he now has J1's down. Is he going to go? Big time elbow and he misses it. J1's gets up right in the nick of time here. And J1's, what's he going to go for here? J1's will look like he was going for a suplex, but Shawn blocked it. Now, not that time. Shawn Michaels dumped right over as Artie Bucco going to splash down the Hitman on the outside, almost banging his head off those stairs. As now Artie Bucco gets in the ring as J1's might be going for that leg drop, and J1's goes for a rolling senton right off the top rope. And Artie Bucco now, beautiful backbreaker onto J1's, and now maybe going to steal a victory here. 1, 2, and the Hitman just broke up that count. As now Shawn Michaels and the Hitman. Now wait a minute, Bret Hart going to slap the sharpshooter onto Shawn Michaels here. He's got the Heartbreak Kid right where he wants him. Will Shawn Michaels tap? And he doesn't. Man, oh man, as I said, the key word tonight has been resilience, and these guys have shown every ounce of it. What a move by Artie and J1's at the same time. Is Artie Bucco going to go for that patented, and Artie Bucco misses the frog splash, and J1's hits the leg drop. What a maneuver here tonight. This athleticism is fantastic. Beautiful Russian leg sweep by Artie Bucco, but wait a minute, Bret Hart right back up to his feet as J1's now attacking the Hitman. Back elbow drops Bret the Hitman Hart down. And you gotta ask yourself, what the hell do these men gotta do to each other to keep them down? As J1's boots the Hitman right in the mouth. Shawn Michaels tossed into the ring post. This has gone back and forth between all four men. I don't even think it matters who wins anymore. They have taken years off each other's careers here tonight. As now Artie Bucco going to attack J1's here with looks like a beautiful brain buster. Puts down J1's. And Bret the Hitman Hart breaks up that count as now Shawn Michaels tosses the kendo stick right at Artie Bucco, who now bulldogs Bret the Hitman Hart and drops the Hitman down, and now he's going right after J1's, and he drops J1's down as Shawn Michaels now almost fell for that trick of Artie Bucco here. And now J1's going after the Hitman while Shawn Michaels puts Artie Bucco down with a shoulder breaker. And now wait a minute, Shawn Michaels is tuning up the band. Shawn Michaels tuning up that band. Super kick by Shawn Michaels. Wait a minute, J1's is preoccupied with Bret. 1, 2, and Bret, oh my God, J1's not in time. Shawn Michaels scores a big time pinfall victory. Let's see some of the replays here. And look at that springboard moonsault. I mean, action all over the place, as you can see here in the replays. Ladies and gentlemen, neither one of these men should be embarrassed. What an action, what competition you can see here at the LSWA. If you are not a member, you are truly missing out on some of this action. I mean, look at the replays here. What a match tonight between these four men as they let it hang all out and gave it everything they had. Highly impressed with this. Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels still have a world title match to deal with at Backlash, just like J1's and Artie Bucco have their issues to deal with. But what a match tonight these guys gave us. I am so proud to call this action. Look at that brainbuster, jeez. And Shawn Michaels hitting the sweet chin music and laying Artie Bucco out. You're going to count it to 10 there. Your winner, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, who needs that momentum. He's just keeping it rolling as he heads into Backlash to fight Bret the Hitman Hart for the WWF title. I am happy to say that I firmly believe the Heartbreak Kid will pull it out and become the champion. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tony Styles. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us here at LSWA SmackDown. Unfortunately, this will be the last SmackDown as we are switching to a Raw and Nitro format. But next up, the main event, ladies and gentlemen, a steel cage. Austin and Tone Bone, they hate each other. They are going to settle this score once and for all in the steel cage. And I cannot wait, ladies and gentlemen, we come back, the steel cage. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and here is your main event. Stone Cold Steve Austin going to hit the ring now. As you heard earlier today, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Tombo going back and forth. Tombo saying, let's settle this once and for all. Winner take all, number one contendership. In a steel cage, Austin happily accepted.
Steel cage.
We didn't even know Austin was supposed to be here.
Way to the ring.
But he was here ready to fight. And he happily accepted the challenge of Tone Bone in a steel cage. Ladies and gentlemen, I am excited for this one. The main event here of SmackDown. The winner of this will await the winner of Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart at Backlash. The winner of this will also put an exclamation point on the storybook of Tone Bone and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let's see how this plays out, ladies and gentlemen. I am excited for sure. Austin awaiting his opponent here. The Messiah of Wrestling, Tone Bone. As you hear the familiar strings of Queen playing here in Utah. And out comes Tone Bone.
Weighing in at 210.
Posing with absolutely no muscles. But he says it's not about the muscles, it's about where the power lies. Really sounding like Hulk Hogan. And he's heading to the ring now. Cage match against Stone Cold Steve Austin. The only way to win this, you can either pin or submit, or you can climb out of the fence, get your ass out of Dodge. We're going to see how this plays out when Tone Bone takes on Stone Cold Steve Austin in your SmackDown main event, the final SmackDown for the LSWA. As LSWA has been in consolidation mode since buying WWE and WCW. And Tone Bone now posing down for this Utah crowd, making everybody in the audience want to puke. As now Tone Bone continues, seems to be in a good mood for a guy who signed up for a steel cage match against Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. The cage is coming down on both men, and the bell rings, and here we go. Cage match to end SmackDown. Literally and figuratively. As now Tone Bone in some trouble here. You could visibly see the size difference between Tone and Stone Cold. But Tone Bone now definitely quicker of the two, as Stone Cold definitely has some bad knees. And Tone Bone puts down Stone Cold. And here he goes, going up to the top rope now. Going up to that cage, trying to get the hell out of here. And I promise you that's not nobody hitting those buttons, that this is a simulation. Those are unfortunately just come up on the screen. As now Tone Bone going to have to deal with Stone Cold, trying to kick him off the rope, but Stone Cold Steve Austin going to pull Tone Bone right back into this ring, possibly. Right back in to this fight. As Tone Bone now coming back into the cage here. Tone Bone just want to get the hell out of here, become the number one contender. As now Stone Cold slams Tone Bone into the cage, and down goes Tone Bone. Right back into the ring as Stone Cold now stomps a moto in his ass, trying to walk and drive it down. Tone Bone, Luthes press, giving Stone Cold a taste of his own medicine. Punching out Stone Cold, and now going for a quick cover here. 1, 2, and a kick out by Stone Cold. As I said before, these two men hate each other. They're trying to end this story once and for all here. Tone Bone going to work over the surgically repaired knee and goes for that senton bomb, but missed it. Now Stone Cold got Tone Bone right where he wants him. Russian leg sweep puts down Tone Bone. Tone Bone now with some serious trouble at the hands of the Texas Rattlesnake. As now Stone Cold trying to bulldogs Tone Bone right down to the canvas. As now Stone Cold going to try to climb out of the cage here. Tone Bone better get up to his feet so he can get to Stone Cold, or this might be too late. Stone Cold now climbing with Tone Bone, finally catching up to Stone Cold and puts Stone Cold down, and finally hits that senton springboard off the second rope. As now Tombo just screwing everything, punching Stone Cold right in the face. He hates Stone Cold Steve Austin. As he is now, beautiful senton bomb off the top rope this time, using the cage to hold him up. And the ref, not enough to keep Stone Cold down. And another clothesline here. Look at Tombo, another clothesline here. A third clothesline. Coming up, beautiful Superman punch in the corner. Stone Cold might be in trouble. He's getting his life stopped out and now choked out of him by Tombo. Finally letting out all the frustration and anger he has on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Go for a cover. 1, 2. Wait a minute. Okay, thank you. Kicked out. That ref slow counting on the fence there. Tombo screaming at the referee. That should have been a 3 count. Instead, now Tombo trying to climb out of the cage here as Stone Cold starts to stir. And now he's going to chase after Tombo. And as Tombo now at the top of the cage here, Stone Cold climbing right after Tombo, trying to get him to come back in the ring. Now he's punching him down and back up on the top there. And now Tombo, wait a minute, Tombo's in trouble here. Stone Cold tries to bring him back into the ring here. Tombo coming back into the ring, hands of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And now, wait a minute, going to smash. Wait a minute, now Tombo blocks it this time. Tombo blocks it this time and drops Stone Cold down. As now Tombo going back up to the top rope. Going to drop his patented elbow drop, and he nails it right on a Stone Cold. And he goes for a cover here. 1, 2. And a kick out by Stone Cold. And now Tombo visibly frustrated with the counting here. And a beautiful springboard leg drop by Tombo. And now stomping out Stone Cold. The hatred these two men have runs quite deep. And Tombo now really firing the shots off at Stone Cold here. As now Tombo going to wrench the leg over, trying to make sure Stone Cold can't climb out of the steel cage here. Working over that surgically repaired knee. And now, wait a minute, Tombo telling Stone Cold Steve Austin to get up. He hits the ropes and a leg drop as Stone Cold was trying to get up. Tombo has had an absolute enough of Stone Cold Steve Austin as he is going for an elbow again. Drops the elbow again. Going for a cover again. 1, 2. And Stone Cold kicks out again. Tombo can't believe it right now. He is furious as he is now trying to climb out of the cage again. But that elbow might have done it. Stone Cold now finally starting to stir as Tombo might have done it. He's up there at the top. Stone Cold better hurry up. And punches Tombo now. Got Tombo dazed up there on the top of the cage. That's not where Tombo wants to be. As Stone Cold now dragging Tombo back into the ring here. What a match to end SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1 contender now. Tombo right back into the ring. Stone Cold smashing his head right into the cage. And now here we go. Vintage Stone Cold dropping the elbow. And going for a cover here. 1, 2. And Tombo kicks out Stone Cold. Now visibly angry. Wait a minute. We might be seeing a Stone Cold Stunner. And wait a minute. Stone Cold Stunner. He just stunned Tombo. Go for a cover here. 1, 2. And Tombo kicks out of the Stone Cold Stunner. Steve Austin can't believe it right now. Dropping an elbow right across the swell of the back of Tombo. Tombo better figure something out here. Stone Cold might be going for another stunner. Wait a minute. Punch to the gut. Irish whip win reversal by Tombo, and a beautiful leg lariat by Tombo. Tombo now moving Stone Cold into position here. Might go. I thought he was going to go for his patented Bone Crusher Death Valley driver. As he now drops down here. Wait a minute, over and up and over. And a Superman punch. Tombo now might do it. 1, 2, 3. Tombo gets the victory here. You could have counted to 100. What a Superman punch. Let's look at some of the action here. As Tombo immediately taking it to Stone Cold. And Stone Cold never was able to recover. I think he might have sustained another injury at the hands of Tombo here in this cage match. Beautiful Superman punch, not only once but twice, followed up by a couple of these elbow drops. Stone Cold Steve Austin had no answer for Tone Bone. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you all for hanging out with us here at the LSWA as we close out Thunder and SmackDown. And like I said, this action, what a cage match to close out SmackDown and Thunder as we move to the Nitro Raw format going forward. Next week we have Monday and Nitro, and then of course Saturday is Slamboree and Backlash. So please hang out with us. Beautiful Superman punches. Tone Bone put down Stone Cold Steve Austin and is now your #1 contender for the WWF Championship. I don't know who's going to get that championship, whether it be Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels, but they are in for the fight of their life when they take on Tone Bone, the Messiah of Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, for Tony Styles, for the LSWA, for all the producers and the people in the back, we love you. Good night.